after this wonderful welcome back, well, it's appropriate, no? Because we have a welcome back to our dear friend in Rome. Roma. Anzi, lui de Roma. We are having a connection with Paul Mazzolini Gazebo. Ciao.
Ciao a tutti, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Thank you, Paul, for having this wonderful connection, because there's a special reason, of course. And we know that a lot of people have selected radiostaddenhaag.com extra special tonight because of you. So we welcome each and everybody from the fan club in Holland and as well in Italy. So Ingrid, if you're listening also now, thank you for having your promotion for this little connection that we have, because there's a special reason. Paul, I'm so happy to see you now, because we communicate a lot of time via WhatsApp, and that's okay. But this is special, right? And each and every fan can view, can listen. So first of all, how are you doing? Explain.
Fine. I'm doing very well. I'm here. I'm in Tuscany right now. I'm not in Rome. I'm in Borgo Melograno. You know, Borgo Melograno is this farm I bought in Tuscany, and the idea was to bring the studio here and make some music. But then it was so big and so many rooms, and so we decided to make it like a bread and breakfast, so people can come here and enjoy the Tuscan sun, the pleasure of the wine, and
this is lovely.
The swimming pool and whatever. And
can you book me already?
Of course, no problem.
That is lovely. Okay, I was hoping that you would say something about this. Call it a bed and breakfast, call it a wonderful place to stay, because most of the people, and I introduced you like that, think of you of being in Rome, and there you have still, of course, your home and your studio, right?
Yeah. The studio is still in Rome at the moment, in my house. But I hope to be able very soon to transfer it here and, be able to write new songs and make new albums here in the countryside, because it's so peaceful and so calm.
It is. We love nature. I was having this interview months ago with Narada Michael Walden from the US, and he was also very involved in enjoying nature, but also like a source of inspiration. He was in France and enjoying the view out of his home. Well, he rented the home. It was like an old building, historic building, and he said, what I could see through the window into the woods, into the Alverde, into the greens. It was lovely for him as an inspiration, as a source of inspiration. So I can imagine that for you counts the same. And is there a city nearby? Because if you mentioned the Borgo, is there a city nearby for people to look for you on the map that is better known, maybe? Because this is a small village, right?
Yeah, sure. Well, you can find Borgo Melograno on Google, of course. But there's a small town called Chiusi, which is it's about 3 or 4 kilometers from here.
Okay.
And so that's easy. It's very close to Chiusi. And we have a station. There's a highway output, Ausgang, as they say in Germany.
Yeah. Ausfahrt.
Ausfahrt, yeah. And so it's very practical. It's very easy to come here. It's not complicated.
Wonderful. Well, a little bit of publicità for you. And I have, apart from your newest single, I wanted to be extra, it's not only polite, but it's a token of friendship. I had here for people to see from the album Univision, because otherwise I know I can be the biggest fan also for I Like Chopin, for Anita, for the whole Telephone Mama album, for example. I love that album. But the Univision is not so often chosen for having tracks in a radio show. So I had chosen, because it's a beautiful album, for the track Pain. Because that's the one that you did all by yourself. It was not only with Giombini for the rest of the album, but Pain as a track was totally arranged and produced by yourself. And I thought, why not?
Well, pain was the reason for my fracture from Drombini and from Baby Records, because I wanted to go ahead, and try to do something new, and
Yeah.
although I did write one song on the first album, which is called London Paris. But Pain was the first one I actually sort of imposed myself to arrange and produce and, follow all by myself,
Yeah.
So for me, it was a big experiment, and I really loved that song has a special meaning, of course, for me.
Then I have chosen right. And well, if people would like to search for you on the internet for the Univision album, it's also including with backing vocals like people of Orlando Johnson. So it's really something special for people to listen to. And I hope what I'm going to let the people listen to this track at the moment now. And it's not, like you said, on Baby Records, it's on Carosello. And well, I hope that I will do not only you a pleasure, and me myself, but also all the listeners now connected, including the fan clubs in Italy and in Holland. And here we go. I think the female voice is also very important in this track to create the atmosphere that we love. And Paul, it's very easy to give you a compliment, and also easy because it's so many years ago that you already created this. But I said it before to you in private or in another interview that we had. We have spoken to each other several times. This is not a song. This is a work of art. It's like what we proudly could press on a vinyl, the Queen of Burlesque. These are not just simple songs like an easy to sing along melody, but this is a work of art. So I hope you will accept my compliments. And also in the live chat, people were very enthusiastic in the live chat as well, saying that they love this tune, and also the lady singing. There's a singer from Germany. She's Victoria Nordman, and she's always, she said also, what a beautiful voice. And it's true, it is.
Yeah, well, this song is. I was not very sure about it because I came from all this from the first two albums, who were very electronic, all keyboards, and so I wanted to go ahead. I wanted to go back and use real instruments, real bass. There's a real bass here. You can hear
exactly
to the phrases he's playing. Guitar solos and all this classic pop sort of approach, and of course my record company Baby Records did not agree. They didn't want to do that, and so that made me change my life, because I left Baby Records. I left Pierluigi Giombini because he was not in control. Before we were working together as a team, and all of a sudden he realized that I could maybe do things by myself, and this was a big problem. But I always try to give my contribution and go beyond the simple song thing. Even in songs like Masterpiece, the lyrics, they talk about, Sunset Boulevard, the movie of this aging lady who does not accept the idea of getting aging. And then I Like Chopin, which is a very strange love affair between this writer called Georges Sand and Frédéric Chopin.
Yeah.
Telephone Mama, talking about, the East and the West, at the time there was still the wall and in Berlin, and so I always try to go beyond simple songs,
exactly.
and simple arguments, And here in Pain, the song was about this feeling of loneliness of people living in nowadays society made of television and radios and stuff, but at the same time making us feel lonely because it isolates people instead of making them, live happily in the community. That was my feeling in the song, at least, And so that's what the song is about.
You succeeded, man. Yes, you succeeded.
But I was very young at the time. I didn't have the experience to do everything by myself. So maybe there's a naive approach to the song. And so when people tell me they like it, I'm very happy, but I'm also surprised because I can tell there are some mistakes in the way I handle it, the production. But the fact that the message that I wanted to,
that's
portray.
It. Yeah, because you listen as a critical musician to your own composition and production, and we listen as a fan to more the whole of the song and how it sounded on your ears and in the show right now. So I can really imagine the difference for what you think about it and what we could think about it.
Yeah, well, again, it's very surprising. I mean, I'm very happy that the heart of what the song was talking about managed to reach the people, because that was my goal, and which compensates maybe some overproduction aspects like the drum. You can hear the drum is a drum machine, and it's been completely programmed by me. Maybe I should have used a real drummer.
Well, that's another option. Well, maybe you can just rework such a beautiful track in the future. Who knows? But I know that you are not so keen in reworking your own pieces of art. But well, there is something that maybe we could, and then we have a bridge to the newest song. This was explained very well by you, but the newest song has something to do with your feeling. And usually we say in the show, well, we are not involved and we are not promoting any point of view regarding politics or war, but sometimes it hurts people. It's affecting people. You are in between. You are something, you have the news each and every day around you, and it's not the best of the nicest of the news to come to you. And your song, From Passion with Love, has something, well, I think you have to explain it, because it has something to do with you being born in Amman, right? Or, well, your father was an ambassador in Amman. Am I correct?
Yeah, well, yeah, he was not the ambassador at the time, but he was working at the embassy in Amman.
That's it.
And
yeah.
So I lived, when I was 7 years old, I experienced the 6-day war that was in 1967 between the U.S. and Israel against some Arab countries like Jordan, like Syria, Egypt. And so, it lasted only 6 days because the Americans and the Israelis were so powerful. There was no battle. I mean, it took them 6 days to win the war. But in those 6 days, I saw, as a child, I saw some terrible thing. I saw what the war means. To live in a house that is being in a city that has been bombarded, and you can listen to the bombs coming down, and the day after you see all those bodies in the streets and stuff like that. And so when you're 7 years old, this is, there's something about
a huge impact.
A huge impact on your psychological approach to war and hatred and stuff like that. So, to see that, then we were quite lucky as a generation because we did not live in Europe. A big world war against, and our generation didn't live that. But nowadays, these signals are coming back again, and it's terrible that the terrible thing about wars in the end is that who suffers are the civilians,
exactly.
People who have nothing to do with the decisions. Maybe they don't agree with the politicians who decide to do the wars, and so. But they suffer. They die. Their children die. Their husbands die, and they die in terrible way. You don't just fall asleep and die. When you die under a bomb, when you're in a building that is bombed, your body explodes. It's hard to explain to people because we don't see these things on TV. But that kind of violence is the kind of violence for which you go, why do we do that? Why does a human being do that to another human being?
Exactly.
And so I wanted to describe a typical couple, who could be, in this case, a Ukrainian woman and a Russian man, or a Russian woman and a Ukrainian man who have a family together. And that was quite common at the time because Ukraine and Russia were, very close. And when they were Soviet Union, it's just like one big thing, And to see those people, live this terrible thing, I imagine the family, the destruction of a family, and how sometimes this is what happens, really. And we should never lose the focus on this. And so,
well said.
Whatever war we're talking about, whoever we're talking about, whether it's Ukrainians, Russians, Israelis, Palestinians,
doesn't matter,
Yemenis or whatever, war is a terrible thing, and and the way it affects people's lives is terrible. And so that's
It
what
is.
I wanted to describe in a song. Yeah.
And people may ask, because I think it's high time that we're going to listen to the song, what you created, and what is the inspiration now. You explained very well. Pasha is, well, a kind of name expression for Paul. For Paulo,
Yeah,
right?
Power, yeah.
Yeah. This is, but I remember also when we mentioned Ukraine and Russia, they once were so close. When we were in with the Venti d'Azzurro, with the Italians in Moscow and St. Petersburg, we had a Ukrainian girl as a host. Her family, and she was herself born in Ukraine. She was called Yulia, and now it's all so different. The situation changed, and well, it's horrible. But okay, you described now what was the inspiration for the song from Pasha to Love, with Love, excuse me, and it was also based on what you know about this flaming of the James Bond. It was from Russia with Love, and now it is from Pasha with Love. Shall we listen to the song and then say goodbye after the song?
Sure.
Okay, let's listen to Gazebo. Here is the newest single, and we have chosen for the danceable version, and it's called From Pasha with Love.
Timeless.
Weather in Kiev by Moscow, chasing round in the sunflower field, same heart swinging in the flow. I know we can do much better than trash all our memories. That's why I'm sending you this letter. I'm coming home for a family. This time with love. This time never let you go. Natasha, we must stay, no matter what they say, together anyway, 'cause we're timeless. Hatred and devastations, propaganda and misery, those wars and fake revolutions, standing between you and me. This time I'll never let you go. From passion with love. This time I'll never let you go. Natasha, we must stay, no matter what they say, together anyway, 'cause we are timeless, story graved on stone. We'll make it through this madness, and it will turn to snow. From Pasha with love.
Mamma mia, Paul. Non è una canzone, è un capolavoro. This is so beautiful. This is so beautiful. And I'm now not disrespectful in talking over the song now, because I think people should buy the song now on the internet. So maybe there is a question I dare to ask. Is there any chance that we could maybe have some idea of printing this one on vinyl? Because it's so beautiful.
Well, yeah, there is. Actually, I was talking with Vittorio Lombardoni from Self.
Yeah.
Because he printed some of my previous projects like Italo by Numbers and stuff.
Yeah.
And he said it would be great to release it as a vinyl as well. So he has the capacity of doing that in a very short time.
Okay.
And so we're working on it, and hopefully we'll be ready by mid-July or something,
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Because, this needs more capacity, more airplay, more anything, because it's so lovely. It's really not just being, like I said before, not just polite, because I'm not talking to you via the camera, but it is beautiful. It is a wonderful composition, and it's meaning something. It's about something. You explained it very well. It has more depth than just a nice melody line, some easy words. No, it's lovely. It's really lovely. So thank you for not only being with us tonight via the camera, but also for creating these diamonds in music. So grazie mille, Paul. Grazie.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you so much, Marcello. It's always a pleasure, and I'm glad you like it. It's I do very little songs, but I try to make good ones, when I can.
Yeah, for sure. And of course, this is not the only one that we are going to play this one, because yesterday night it was in another show, and for me, for sure, it means like una promessa a te, that I'm going to schedule this one again next week, to play it once again, because people should know about it, even if they are tonight maybe in front of the television watching the calcio, the football, but I think the soccer game, I should say. But thank you for now. Let's hope that we can see each other. By the way, you are 28th of July. You are on stage in Merano, right? Near Venezia. I saw the flyer.
Yeah, with several other artists.
Big ones.
It's going to be a great show. Yeah.
People should look at the Facebook pages of me, myself, as the madman said. But it's a flyer about Ivana Spagna, Pilayan, but most of all now Gazebo. Paul Mazzolini. A te la linea now for the last words to all the fans and the viewers of Eventi d'Azzurro, Radio Stad Den Haag. A te.
So it's always a pleasure. There's always been a huge empathy with all you guys and Eventi d'Azzurro and all our friends and Marcello and everything. It's been a long time. We've had some great time together, even with Albertone, our common friend who has left us. And so I hope to see you. I hope to meet you again. Everybody, in the meantime, if you want to come here, Borgo Melograno, you're welcome. There are a lot of Dutch here come here, so you won't.
They should, yeah.
There are a lot of, and so if you want to have a good time in Italy, you're welcome. And I'm happy. I'm happy that Marcello and the team like From Passion with Love, because it's done from the heart. And I hope to be able to see you guys, meet you guys, maybe in a gig or an event also in Netherlands. We've been trying to do that.
We would like to.
And we'll try to do it. All right.
Yeah. Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful that you said so. I send a big heart as well to you, and thank you again for connecting. Ciao, alla prossima. Ciao.
Ciao.
See you
Ciao
next time.
a tutti.
Bye.
Ciao.
Oh my gosh, this is so wonderful.